Hello. Thanks for having me over. I am ready for my very first real cooking lesson. I am a little nervous, but very excited. I hope you are a patient teacher.
Welcome to my kitchen. I am so happy you are here. And of course, I will be patient. Cooking should be fun and relaxing. I promise, by the end of tonight, you will know how to make a meal that is healthy, delicious, and very impressive.
Impressive? I am not sure about that. Right now, my best dish is toast. So what amazing and complicated meal are we going to attempt tonight?
It is not complicated at all. That is the secret. We are going to make a simple salad, but it will be the best simple salad you have ever had. It is a full meal, not just a boring side dish. We will make a classic Austrian-style Wurstsalat.
A salad? Okay. I have to be honest. When I think of salad, I think of a few sad lettuce leaves and a tomato. It does not sound very exciting.
Then prepare to be amazed. A great salad is all about combining different colors, textures, and flavors. It can be incredibly satisfying. But before we touch any food, what is the first, most important rule of the kitchen?
Do not burn the food?
That is a good rule, but not the first one. The first rule is always to wash your hands properly. We should also put on these aprons to keep our clothes clean. Preparation is the key to good cooking. Okay, our hands are clean and we are ready to begin. The foundation of any great salad is the greens. Today, we are using this beautiful lettuce. It is called Wurstsalat here in Austria. In English, it is often called lamb's lettuce or mâche.
It looks very delicate. The leaves are so small and green. It looks different from the normal iceberg lettuce I usually see.
It is very different. It has a wonderful, mild, and slightly nutty flavor. But because it grows close to the ground, it can be a bit sandy. So the first step is to wash it very, very well. We will fill this large bowl with cold water and gently place the lettuce leaves in it.
Why cold water specifically?
That is a great question. Cold water helps to keep the leaves crisp and fresh. If you use warm water, the delicate leaves can wilt and become soft. We want our salad to be nice and crunchy. Just swish them around gently with your hands to loosen any dirt.
Okay, I can see some tiny bits of dirt sinking to the bottom of the bowl. This is an important step. Now what?
Now, we lift the lettuce out of the water and put it into this colander to drain. The next step is just as important. We need to get the leaves completely dry. We are going to use this tool, a salad spinner.
I have seen one of these before. I never knew what it was for.
It is one of my favorite kitchen tools. You put the wet lettuce inside, put on the lid, and then you spin it. It uses centrifugal force to pull all the water off the leaves. If the leaves are wet, the salad dressing will not stick to them. It will just slide off, and you will have a watery, tasteless salad. Dry leaves are essential for a delicious salad. Perfect. Look how dry and fresh those leaves are. We can set them aside for now. A great salad needs more than just lettuce. We need to add color and crunch. We are going to add some other vegetables. I have some cherry tomatoes, a cucumber, and a yellow bell pepper.
They look so fresh and colorful. So, do I just chop them up? I am not very confident with a big knife.
I can help you with that. Using a knife correctly is all about safety. This is a chef's knife. You should hold the handle firmly. Then you can make a claw shape with your other hand to hold the vegetable. You tuck your fingertips under so they are protected from the blade.
A claw shape. Okay, I see. That feels much safer. So, what should I do with the cherry tomatoes?
The cherry tomatoes are easy. We will just cut them in half. A halved tomato is easier to eat with a fork. We want every piece in the salad to be a comfortable bite size.
That makes sense. One bite-sized tomato half. Done. What about the cucumber?
For the cucumber, we can slice it into thin rounds. Try to make the slices the same thickness. When all the pieces are a similar size, the salad is much more pleasant to eat. We call this uniform cuts.
Uniform cuts. I will try my best. And the yellow bell pepper? It adds a beautiful sunny color.
It does. We eat with our eyes first. For the pepper, first cut off the top and bottom. Then you can cut down the side and open it up flat. This makes it easy to remove the seeds. Then we can cut it into thin strips and then cut the strips into a small dice. A small dice means little squares. Look at all those beautiful vegetables. We have a great base for our salad. But right now, it is just vegetables. To make it a proper meal that will keep you full, we need to add some protein.
Protein? You mean like adding some meat? Like chicken?
Grilled chicken is a fantastic option for a salad. But for our simple salad today, we are going to use something even easier. We are going to add some hard-boiled eggs.
Oh, I like hard-boiled eggs, but I can never cook them correctly. Sometimes the yolk is too runny, and other times it is gray and overcooked, and peeling them is so difficult. The shell always sticks.
I have some simple tricks that will give you a perfect hard-boiled egg every time. First, we place the eggs in a small pot and cover them with cold water.
So you start with cold water, not boiling water.
Yes, starting them in cold water helps them to cook more evenly. Now, we will put the pot on the stove and bring the water to a full rolling boil. As soon as it is boiling, we turn off the heat completely, put a lid on the pot, and set a timer for exactly 10 minutes.
10 minutes. That is very precise. And you turn the heat off?
Yes, the heat from the water is enough to cook them perfectly. After 10 minutes, we need to stop the cooking process immediately. We will take the eggs out of the hot water and put them straight into a bowl of ice water. This ice bath is the secret to easy peeling. The shock of the cold temperature makes the egg pull away from the shell. Our eggs have been in the ice bath for a few minutes. They are cool enough to handle now. You can try peeling one. Just gently tap it on the counter to crack the shell all over, and then start peeling.
Wow, you were right. The shell is coming off in big pieces. This is so easy. It is like magic.
It is a great trick, isn't it? Now we can just slice the eggs into quarters and they are ready for the salad. This adds a good amount of protein, but we are going to add one more source of protein that also adds a wonderful creamy texture.
What is that?
Feta cheese. It is a Greek cheese that is a little bit salty and tangy. It tastes amazing in salads. We're just going to crumble it over the salad with our hands.
Okay, I love feta cheese. So we have protein from the egg and the cheese. What other textures can we add?
Another great texture to add is creaminess from a healthy fat. For that, we are going to use an avocado. Do you know how to cut an avocado?
I am not sure. I know they have a big seed in the middle.
They do. The safest way to cut one is to place it flat on the cutting board. Then you cut it in half lengthwise, cutting around the large seed. Once you have cut all the way around, you can twist the two halves apart.
Okay, I have two halves now. How do I get the seed out?
You can just scoop it out with a spoon. Then you can use a knife to score the avocado flesh into little squares and scoop them out with a spoon. Perfect little cubes of creamy avocado ready for our salad. Our salad is looking more and more like a real meal. We have our fresh greens, our colorful vegetables, our protein, and our creamy avocado. Now we need to add one more important texture, crunch.
Crunch is good. I like crunchy things. What are we going to add for crunch? Croutons?
Croutons are a good option, but today we will use something a little healthier and very Austrian. We are going to use Kürbiskerne, which are pumpkin seeds.
Pumpkin seeds. I have had them before. They have a nice nutty flavor.
They do, but we are going to make them even more delicious. We are going to toast them. Toasting nuts and seeds brings out their natural oils and makes their flavor much deeper and more intense. It also makes them extra crunchy.
How do we toast them? Do we put them in the toaster?
No, not in the toaster. We will use a small, dry frying pan on the stove. A dry pan means we do not add any oil or butter. The seeds have enough of their own natural oils.
So I just put the seeds in the pan and turn on the heat?
Exactly. Put the pan on a medium heat. You need to stay here and watch them carefully because they can burn very quickly. You should shake the pan every few seconds to move them around so they toast evenly on all sides.
Okay, I am shaking the pan. How do I know when they are ready?
You will know in a few ways. You will start to smell a wonderful nutty aroma. They will get a little bit darker in color, and you might even hear a few of them start to pop, like tiny popcorn. Once they start popping, they are done. We can take them off the heat and let them cool down. All of our salad components are now ready. We have the greens, the veggies, the protein, the creaminess, and the crunch. What is the final, most important part of any salad?
The dressing? I usually just buy a bottle of dressing from the supermarket.
Bottled dressings can be okay, but they often have a lot of sugar, salt, and preservatives. Making your own dressing is incredibly easy, much healthier, and it tastes a million times better. I will show you the secret formula.
There is a secret formula?
There is. A classic vinaigrette is just a simple ratio. 3 parts oil to 1 part acid.
3 parts oil, 1 part acid. What do you mean by acid?
Acid is something sour, like vinegar or lemon juice. Today, we're going to use apple cider vinegar. It has a nice, mild, and slightly fruity flavor. For the oil, we will use a good quality extra virgin olive oil.
Okay, so 3 parts oil, 1 part vinegar. What else goes in?
We need one more key ingredient called an emulsifier. An emulsifier is something that helps the oil and vinegar to mix together. Normally, as you know, they separate. For our emulsifier, we will use a small spoonful of Dijon mustard. It also adds a wonderful, tangy flavor.
This is like a science lesson. Oil, acid, and an emulsifier. I would never have known this.
It is simple science, but it makes a big difference. Now, let's make the dressing. The easiest way to do it is in a small glass jar with a lid. It makes mixing so easy.
So we just put everything in the jar? How much should we use?
Let's make a small batch. We will use 3 tablespoons of olive oil. Can you measure that and put it in the jar?
Okay, 3 tablespoons of oil are in the jar. Now for the acid. So that means 1 tablespoon of the apple cider vinegar, right?
You are a fast learner. Yes, exactly. 1 part acid. Add 1 tablespoon of vinegar to the jar. Now, add about 1 teaspoon of the Dijon mustard.
Done. What else? Does it need any other flavors?
Just the basics. A small pinch of salt and a few grinds of fresh black pepper. You can always add more later if you think it needs it. And for a final Austrian touch, we can add just a tiny splash of Kürbiskernöl, the pumpkin seed oil, for that nutty flavor.
This is exciting. All the ingredients are in the jar.
Now for the fun part. Put the lid on the jar and make sure it is on very tight. Now just shake it. Shake it as hard as you can for about 30 seconds.
I'm shaking it. Look, it is changing color. It is getting thicker and creamy. It does not look like separate oil and vinegar anymore. It is all mixed together.
That is the magic of emulsification. Now you can open it and have a little taste. Just dip a piece of lettuce in. See if it needs more salt or pepper. The final step is always to taste and adjust the seasoning.
The dressing is perfect. All our ingredients are ready. It is time for the final step, assembling the salad. This is a very important step.
Do we just put everything in a big bowl and mix it all together?
We do, but the timing is very important. You should only add the dressing to the salad right before you are going to serve it.
Why is that? Why can't I put the dressing on earlier?
The vinegar and salt in the dressing will start to break down the delicate lettuce leaves. If you dress the salad too early, the greens will become soggy and wilted. We want our salad to be crisp and fresh when we eat it.
Ah, another secret. Dress it at the last minute. Okay, so let's put everything in this big bowl.
Yes. Let's start by putting our dry Vogelsalat leaves in the bottom of the bowl. Then we can add all the chopped vegetables, the tomatoes, the cucumber, and the bell pepper. Add the avocado cubes and the crumbled feta cheese.
It looks like a rainbow. It is so colorful and beautiful. Now the eggs?
Yes, we can add the quartered eggs. let's arrange them on top so they look nice. And finally, we can sprinkle the toasted pumpkin seeds all over the top.
Wow. It looks like a work of art. I cannot believe I made this. Now, it is time for the dressing we just made. Should I pour it all on top?
Start by pouring about half of the dressing over the salad. You can always add more if you think it needs it. It is better to underdress than to overdress a salad. Now, using these 2 large spoons, gently toss everything together until all the ingredients are lightly coated in the dressing.
And there we have it, one beautiful, healthy, and complete meal. Let's serve it onto these 2 plates.
This looks amazing. It does not look like a simple salad at all. It looks like something you would get in a fancy cafe. The colors, the different ingredients, it is incredible.
You see, a salad does not have to be boring. Now comes the most important part, the taste test. Let's sit down and enjoy the meal you just made.
Okay, I am taking my first bite. Wow. Just wow. The flavors are amazing. The lettuce is so fresh and crisp. The dressing is tangy and light, not heavy at all. Then you get the sweetness from the tomatoes, the creaminess from the avocado and the egg, the saltiness from the feta, and the crunch from the pumpkin seeds.
I am so glad you like it. You did a fantastic job.
It is a party in my mouth. There are so many different textures and flavors working together. This is honestly the best salad I have ever eaten, and I am not just saying that because I made it.
You should be very proud. You learned all the key steps: how to prepare the greens, how to cut the vegetables, how to add different textures and flavors, and how to make a perfect dressing from scratch.
I feel so much more confident now. I understand the why behind the steps, like drying the lettuce and dressing it at the end. This was the best cooking lesson ever. Thank you so much for teaching me. I cannot wait to make this for my friends. They will be so impressed.